got the NFL season kicking off tomorrow night. So I'm looking for opening statements here, people. Who's a player who's going to make an opening statement week one, Domonique?
I'm going with Joshua Allen. I think with Steph Diggs leaving and a lot of their talent moving on, they feel like a team that might be in a bit of a rebuild. I don't see him that way, and I don't think Josh sees it that way. I think he has something to prove this entire season. He could be an MVP-type candidate.
Okay.
And I do think he's going to start week one trying to make sure that we all know that the Bills aren't done.
They open at home against against the Cardinals, Arizona, in the early window. My bad. Kmart, who is your player to make a statement week one?
Lamar Demetrius Jackson. You know why? Because I also factor an opponent. The fact that he's playing the Chiefs, if he were to come out and win this game, wouldn't be the end-all be-all, but it would at least make us feel a little bit better about the Ravens. I think Lamar Jackson took a lot of heat, deservedly so. He's coming skinny. He said this offseason, I'm going to look like Jeff Saturday, and he's ready to ball.
Yeah, that's because he doesn't need the bulk. Derrick Henry has all of it
Exactly.
taken care of.
Exactly.
Jeff, give me who's making an opening statement.
Kirk Cousins, baby. Hey, down in Atlanta, I like what we got. I mean, listen, this guy has put off the NFL his entire career. Everybody's written this guy off. They draft the guy, 8 after they bring him in? Guess what? He's going to light these numbers up. He's going to have a big opening game, but he's going to have a massive season. He is a sleeper for me for the MVP.
I like that.
Where do you live?
MVP is big, but I like that.
Atlanta. There we go. There we go.
And we got one more. We got one more. Greeny, who do you think is going to make an opening statement?
God.
I'm glad you asked.
You don't want him playing. You don't even want him playing in this game, Greeny.
Aaron Charles Rodgers. It's just a night 2 years in the making.
2 years.
There should not be a player in the NFL more eager, whatever the word is, more driven, more focused, more determined to make a major opening statement than Aaron Rodgers.
And you don't even want him to play.
I know.
No, I don't want him to
You
play.
said wrap him in bubble wrap
Right.
and save him until
and put
week
him at
2.
your house to watch the game.
No,
Yes.
if I were the coach of the team, I would rest him week one. I would load manage Aaron Charles Rodgers.
Week one, load
I
manage.
don't want him.
Week
I don't want
one.
Nick Bosa anywhere near him. Okay, let him play week 2 against Tennessee and week 3 against New England. The Jets go Monday, Sunday, Thursday.
You're a
That's
gym.
a brutal little
You're a
stretch.
gym.
This
You're
is an
a gym,
NFC
bro.
road game against one of the best teams in the league.
Yeah.
You figure to lose it anyway. Keep Rodgers home and safe.
I think you're going a little overboard with the protection. I like the idea of him wanting to make a statement because he's been one of the main characters in American life for the last year or so and hasn't been able to play football. However, I think that's kind of counterproductive to the best version of Aaron Rodgers. I know we only saw a little bit of him last year, but he popped his Achilles. That's an age injury. That's when you get older and your ligaments and joints and those things get a little bit more brittle. And Aaron Rodgers has to accept that he needs to move into that Tom Brady portion of his career.
Yeah.
You have to throw the ball away.
Yes.
You're not going to win every play. And he popped his Achilles on 2 plays where he's scrambling around.
Yep.
That may be a bit of a fluke, but you have to accept you're 40 now.
Yeah.
And you're a smart player. Play that way.
Right.
You don't have to win every single play. Let your defense. What we need from you, Aaron, is to make plays when we need them.
That's exactly
You don't need
right.
them in the first quarter. Throw the ball away.
That is a great point. And I will say this. When I was in Green Bay with them, we had an extend the play period of practice, right? Where McCarthy wants you got to hold your blocks, you're going to run. Aaron's going to run around and then throw the ball deep, do all those kinds of things. That's been ingrained in his head. To your point, get rid of the ball. Go to that Peyton Manning, Tom Brady model. Dump it, fall down, don't take any unnecessary shots, play smart.
It's interesting you say that because he was sort of the athletic quarterback before everyone had an athletic quarterback.
That's right.
He's now 40 years old coming off an Achilles. Listen, I'll just say it. Take me instead. That's all I'll say. All right? Just don't let
He doesn't mean that, just so you know.
Whatever has to happen.
I think if it was a ligament or something, I think he would absolutely give up.
He definitely
would give up an Achilles.
It doesn't end there.
A ligament or a limb.
Like I said, I'm 57 years old. There are not that many things left I need. Okay? So I'm good. I'm good. Just don't let anything happen to that guy week one. Okay. Where were we? Oh, yeah, Dak.
Dak.
One player everyone will be keeping an eye on to see if he can make a statement in this, first game of this season where he's going into his contract here is going to be Dak. And Jeremy Fowler had one executive say to him, quote, he's going to have his bleep you season, shut everybody up, and win an MVP. Nick, you buy it?
I think it's possible, but it's the thing about football is you need an entire team, and this team has gotten weaker from last season, and he had an incredible season last year. So I'm sure he is capable, but I think it's going to get much harder, and especially this first week against Myles Garrett and that attacking, aggressive defense. The good thing about playing against the Browns is they're going to play a lot of man coverage, which is going to give you some chances to make some big plays.
That's right.
The bad thing about playing the Browns is you're only going to get a second and a half, maybe two, because Myles Garrett is coming. He is always going to get there. Their whole front, yeah. Myles and Smith on the other side, that is trouble.
Yes.
I think there's every reason to think the Cowboys offense takes a step backward. Yeah. Now, I hope I'm wrong. I love Dak. I'd love to see great things happen for them. Their running back room is a mess. I keep jokingly saying they have the two best running backs in the league in 2018, but this is that's a very, very long time ago. Yeah. Their offensive line, they've lost a lot of pieces from there. CeeDee Lamb isn't going to get better. You can't be better than he was. He just got more expensive. So I don't know where, unless Dak just elevates in a way that feels unlikely because he was already great, I'm not sure what reason we have to think their offense gets better.
Yeah, the whole thing that the executive said, this beat season, what did he have last year? He's second in MVP. Like, you don't get much better, right? Like Lamar stumbles down or whatever. He gets the MVP. The guy played lights out last year. The only people who are hesitant to pay Dak are the Joneses. Everybody else is like, pay him. Let's rework. Let's get pieces around him so we can be there. That's where this offseason I felt like the Cowboys missed. And to your point, they are putting more pressure on Dak now because of that running back room, a rookie starting left tackle, a lot of different pieces and parts. CD is the guy. We better surround him with more than just CD. Think about the Eagles, how much help Hurts has. Like, think about Sanford. Like, everybody has help, and you're looking at Dak, and everybody's going to put an indictment on him. You can only do so much.
I also think the way that their team worked last year was very important for their offense to get off to a good start, and that's how their defense played really well. Yeah. We saw later in the season their defense got pushed around a little bit. So this is a lot of pressure on Dak because and on Zimmer to change this defense to a way, their new defensive coordinator, change this defense to a way to take the pressure off of Dak to score early.
I want to mention this is Kmart's game this weekend, so you've obviously already been talking to people there. Open up the notebook. What do we have on this?
Listen, if you're in Cleveland right now, you are feeling pretty good about your chances. Not because in a disrespectful way, but because we know the type of defense we have. We will put our D-line against your O-line. Yeah. You got new pieces. You got young guys against Dak. And to your point, Jeff, about more is being put on Dak's plate a year after he had one of his best seasons. I understand the Browns don't have Nick Chubb, but their whole situation is it's been a running back by committee.
That's right.
They're going to try to win time of possession. And it's funny, Mike McCarthy asked about going against the Browns. He said, listen, they have best defense. Last year we had like one of the best offenses, so we're good. The difference, though, is that CeeDee Lamb he missed everything, essentially. Yeah. How will he fare? Will he be ready? Will he have a setback?
And they were a much better team at home than on the road because Dak has to do so much at the line. It's and for a young offensive line, communication matters at a place like that. The dog pound gets going, makes it even more hard.
Very quickly, put the picks up, Cindy. There they are. Kmart not making a pick here because it's her game. Neek likes the Cowboys. Jeff and I both like Cleveland.